He had one
All
job,
right.
Cody.
No, I did the one job, and then the one job shifted back.
What about Cody's mic?
No sound means no sound.
There you go.
There it is. We're good now.
So the Wade and Carter weather is brought to you by the great folks at AT Dillon Feed. For everything you need, there's Dillon Feed. It's 79 degrees, heading to a high today of 95 under sunny skies. I want to give you a pay it forward moment. A gentleman named Clayton Most, like M-O-S-T. I don't know Clayton Most.
He's my neighbor.
Is he really?
Yes, sir.
related to Donnie Most?
Tall, thin guy?
Yep.
From Happy
Donnie
Days?
Most from Happy Days, yeah. Ralph Mouth, right?
What's Ralph Mouth?
Well, I was at the Texan this morning, by the way, if they're looking for a studio sponsor opportunity. And as I got to the line, they were taking cash only, and all I had was a debit card.
Uh-oh.
And he said, hey, no, let me get it for you. I got it today.
That was nice of him.
And I said, no, man, that's okay. I said, I don't really, it's okay. I don't need it. The truth is the people at the Texans see me so much, they were like, get me later, for real. And he goes, no, I got it. I don't get to do this very often. And I thought, what a fine gentleman. So Clayton Most today, today's show's dedicated to you, sir. And you know, I also, the first thing I thought of is that didn't happen when Biden was in office. I'm just telling you the truth. It didn't. People are optimistic.
Nicer?
People are nicer right now. And I just told him, I said, hey, tune in to Magic 95.9 at 7:00. So Clayton, thank you. Good job. His daughter.
Bring my paycheck over to the house, you can leave money on his porch. I'll show you where.
Yeah, his daughter is playing volleyball at West, and they're off this morning. They were pre-dawn. They were off this morning on their way to Cuero for a volleyball tournament.
Nice
man. By the way, if any of you would like to meet me in the morning, get your name mentioned on the radio, you can. Our lunch today, you can meet me at Veracruz, and they're closed today for lunch. By the way, Veracruz closed today until 5.
Right.
So there you have it.
Let's see who's checking in. Who's on the podium this morning? Podium winners: Ricky King, Rena Scherer, Andrew Alvarez. Andrew gets in on YouTube this morning. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for checking in. Scott Tomko's there. Bobby Leister, Heather Stewart.
Hi, Heather.
Mark Hertz, Judge Posey. Good to see you, Judge. Hope everything is well.
That's right.
We'll check in with you post-show. David Glass, Bobby Leister, Marvin Mickish. Good morning, Marina.
Hi, Marina.
Monty Howard. Linda Chris, Greg Garcia. There's Amanda King, Zed Stewart.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Amanda.
Hi, Mom. Scott Snow, Crystal Map, Funky, Trey Molina, Matt Boucher, Daniel Wade White, Dana Moore Della Garza. Good morning, Dana.
Hi. I think either yesterday or today is Ricky D's birthday.
Okay. I didn't see it yesterday.
Council member Ricky Della Garza.
Linda Chris, Junior Samples, Will Vincent, Stephanie Conti, John Anderson. Good morning, everybody.
Hey, John.
Glad you're all here.
My mom was in. Good morning, Mom.
Mom is in. So where do we start? The city holding a special city council meeting yesterday.
Was it one of those committee on committee?
It was
deals?
the subcommittee on the committee to find out why the committee didn't get the committee work done.
Was the protein provided and everybody brought a covered dish, or what was the deal? I had some communication with city
There you go.
manager
Ricky's
Jesus
birthday's
Garza yesterday. And he said he's going to come on the show on Monday. We had told you it was either a protocol, a process, or a people problem. The 3 Ps of productivity. And
Stalin, I might be able to find
apparently
read from it word for word.
it was somewhat of a process and people problem.
Not enough people on duty, which you and I alluded to initially. It was the July 4th weekend. They gave too many people off, didn't have enough coverage. They had communication issues between shifts, and they just weren't diligent enough in getting to all the different 200 some odd checkpoints or something like that they have to flush the system or monitor, and they just weren't doing it right.
See, there's Taylor Bassett. We had a nice visit yesterday. He's thinking about coming on as a sponsor of the program.
There you go.
By the way, you're welcome to reach out anytime, 894-4020. We will talk to you about it. It is manana. Manana is, I told him manana doesn't mean tomorrow.
No.
It means not today. What are you trying
I'm trying to find the
Why don't
city's
you
press
just go to the
release?
City of Victoria webpage?
Because they sent it to me and now I can't find it because I read it and now it just disappeared as an unread email or as a read email.
You can't just.
I hate Apple.
City of
Apple
Victoria?
did something. No, I tried. It didn't show up. Apple did something with their mail, the way they filter it, and it's just ridiculous. There it is. So the city had this meeting yesterday, and the first boil water notice, they said the internal investigation found that staff did not enact the appropriate provisions of the nitrification action plan in a timely manner due to poor internal communication,
The NAP.
a lack of concrete standard operating procedures, and reduced staffing, which limited staff's ability to keep up with proactively flushing the nearly 200 flushing sites located throughout Victoria.
So somebody took a nap on the NAP.
Absolutely. That seems like it would happen.
There you go.
So
The
they didn't,
nitrification action plan.
was not followed.
Okay.
And similar issues with the second one, but also they're pointing the fingers at TCEQ by not allowing the 24-hour grace period that they say TCEQ typically will allow
I agree.
municipalities in these situations. So
Because it's of the utmost importance that you understand there was no danger. There was no bacteria, there was no algae, there was no foreign chemical in the water. It was overkill to the overkill, and they should have given them 24 hours the second time to solve the problem.
what are they doing to fix it? Because Michelle Wilson Hawkins, is this purple person reprimanded?
Scott Tonko says it's kind of like not hitting that volume button. It seems small, but
Yeah.
it's very important.
That's exactly it.
Yeah, the details matter.
Is this person reprimanded or still employed? Well, it sounds like there were a few people. Public Works is increasing daily oversight and management through greater on-site involvement of Public Works leadership. So they hired people to do their jobs. The people didn't do their jobs, and now the management has to micromanage people to do their jobs, is what it sounds like. The city will also contract with Texas Utilities and Environmental to provide additional management services while the city works to correct staffing shortages. Going forward, Public Works will also improve cross-training of staff to ensure that the water system operates at optimal staffing levels. The city is working with TCEQ to provide staff with training on relevant topics such as nitrification and standard operating procedures to clean up the process involved, and to also begin implementing more robust testing of chlorine levels and nitrites following the first boil water notice. From a technology standpoint, the city has switched to electronic logging of test results to ensure that results are immediately visible to surface water treatment plant and Public Works leadership. The city will also continue to pursue software upgrades with the goal of automatically alerting designated personnel of potential issues. The subcommittee also identified areas of the city's water system that could benefit from in-tank water mixers, which help to maintain water flow during periods of low consumption, and automated flushers, which would reduce dependency on people having to do the flushing themselves.
There you go. It's like you get up from your desk and you hear whoosh,
Exactly right.
the automatic flusher.
So there you go.
There you go.
Well,
Scott.
I credit the city for actually delivering on what they said they were going to do. They said they were going to find
Yeah.
the problems. I don't know that anybody had to lose their job over something like this, to
I
be
hope
honest.
not. Some people want to lop off a head, symbolically, but
Here's the problem with that. By the time you fire somebody, then hire somebody,
costs us
you've
all
now
money.
and get them trained, you're probably opening up an opportunity for this to happen again and again and again until that person is
Right.
or people are trained properly, right?
Agree.
Now, if this is a person that just doesn't want to change and do the job as now prescribed, then go ahead, get rid of them. But that doesn't sound like it's the case.
This could be
They called a special meeting for yesterday to present this to the city.
good for them. Jesus
And they did
Garza,
it.
the city manager, said he would come on next week, probably Monday, to talk about what's going on. Gayla Goff says repeated failures, evidence of incompetency. Possible. We'll ask him about that. I think it's more of a chance to train and retrain, train, test, retrain, make sure that, I can't.
I think, yeah, I don't know that it's repeated failures.
Right.
It sounds like the first time was a boondoggle. And again, I think management let too many people off on July 4th because they wanted to be nice and didn't want to tell anybody you couldn't have the weekend off. So they decided to let people off.
Ricky King says the city can't fire anybody because if they did, they would have to hire someone new. And they can't do that because nobody will work for what they pay. Yeah.
Oh, I'm not doubting that, Michelle Wilson Hawkins. I'm not saying that there wasn't a cost for small businesses. We've documented that on here and highlighted that plenty of times.
Yeah.
But Ricky's right. And he might be trying to be facetious,
But he is kind
but
of right.
he is kind of right. But I don't know that there's repeated failures. We've had two. They seem to be different incidences.
Right.
But what it does tell me is it took this to review our water system, which means we should have probably been reviewing our water system to see where the problems might have been.
That's right. Scott Tompkins says, I'm sad for the restaurants, but more of an embarrassment for the city than anything. And it is worth remembering that nobody was exposed to anything. Nobody got sick. So,
Junior Samples, out of how many years this is the first time we had water issues, so let's kill the mule.
yeah. The guy that does the most work gets the most complaints. That's right.
And the last time we had something like this was because all of our we failed to plan post Harvey and didn't have backup power. Well, we had generators in place. We just didn't have them ready to go, I think was the problem, wasn't it?
Andy Rokovich asks, he says, the fix is having the leadership oversee the operation more often. What were they doing before?
Yeah, that sounds like, that's in there. They're now going to have people monitoring, which tells me people were trusting underlings a little bit too much, maybe.
Right.
So now, if it happens again, heads need to roll.
I agree.
You've had your chances. You've identified the problem. You've implemented the fixes. Until the automated processes are in place so that humans don't have to be as involved, because you've identified that human involvement or the lack thereof was one of the reasons for this, then humans need to be involved until the automated processes take place. And this should not happen again.
Maybe we could hire one of those robots from the Robot
Jesus.
Olympics.
Let's take a break before we get into that one.
Wow. Let's just don't get into that one. How about that?
We
Palace
need
Bingo.
to now.
Palace Bingo, where friends meet friends. Get out this weekend. Wow. Palace. Support local charities. The money stays here in the community.
Over $500,000 paid out to winners every month. So imagine how much they're giving back to this community every month
lot
as well.
There's a lot of bingo players. USA Concrete Coatings. Go out to Junior's house and see what
Great work they did on the floors.
Charlie
there.
Garcia did. 578 home.
They didn't coat them. They just polished up the concrete floors and made them look really,
and
really nice.
Sealed it.
Yeah.
It's nice. Allen's Wrecker Service, 578-6300. Let Allen be your go-to tow-to. They can help you get from here to there from almost anywhere. Reach out to Allen's the next time you can't go. The chopping block I went by yesterday, they have
too.
$12 fillets.
Yeah.
I bought a couple of fillets and some of their all-American cheeseburger sausage. Really
Okay.
good.
I bought
kids
the
love it.
boudin yesterday. I bought the El Jefe boudin
Yeah,
and the Butler's
spicy.
boudin. I like the El Jefe better. They're both are good. If you like it less, if you like it not spicy, like if you're from North Dakota and you don't you don't like spicy food, the Butler's boudin is the way to go. But the El Jefe is, and their Wacky Wing Wednesday yesterday, $4.99 a pound for every wing in the place.
Can't beat it.
I got the garlic parm and the Southern Hoss, and they were both really good.
Just had a food fest.
I did.
There you go. Dollar Floor Store. Get in for flooring, laminate flooring, luxury vinyl flooring, tile, carpet, hardwoods, engineered. They've got it all.
Shag is making a return, folks.
Probably is.
Tamara will help you too. She can help you figure out exactly what you want to do. If you have questions on what goes well, whether you should put this in with the walls or the colors, Tamara can help you. She's really good. Go see her. She'll take care of you. It ain't fancy, but that's why it works. They don't need fancy showrooms. They just buy great quality flooring and then pass the savings on to you. You're supporting a Texas business founded and owned by folks in Bryan, College Station, and they opened up one because they saw the need to do what they're doing here for the folks in Victoria. So get over there today. Roy Gutierrez, real question, how long has there been issues? And obviously this started back in May timeframe. Yeah, I don't know about that part, but it does. Your first question, I think, is valid. How long have there been issues? And had we just gotten lucky that nothing more serious happened? Which I don't know if something more serious could have happened, to be honest.
I mean, I don't know.
You got to put so much chlorine in the water. So they're putting the chlorine in the water.
You think if you go into that Dollar Floor Store, do they go DOLLARA?
They might.
Whoop! Dollar Floor Store.
Not when I went in.
Fighting Texas Aggies.
Maybe they could get the robots at the world's first humanoid robot games.
There you go.
To do that on the sidelines. Get rid of the yell leaders.
Judge Posey says the city did and is doing what they told us. No one needs to be fired or replaced if they're willing to do what is now going to be required. Still, lay a lot of fault on TCEQ. Nothing will change the critic minds. I agree. TCEQ, we reported here, we felt like they had a little bit of overreach, like
I don't necessarily know overreach, but it seemed like they had a target on the back of Victoria.
Yeah, Roy says he disagrees, but Roy's always informed. So I don't know what the angle is. I mean, we can blame the city for this. There's enough blame to go around, but if you've been around long enough, as Roy has as well, things happen. Is it bad? Yeah. Is it preventable? Clearly the city believes so. But, I put myself, by the way, I'm convinced now, like if we ran again for mayor, I might finish second, But anyway, I put myself in Dwayne Crocker's shoes and I was like, the guy's an attorney. He office is right next door to us. People were literally saying the mayor needs to resign and the whole city council needs to shut up. You think does the mayor know? Is the mayor supposed to know about the NAP program? Not in our weak mayor form of government. No. So the judge gave us a comment. Roy Gutierrez says, I disagree, Judge. And as the judge is typing, and I respect that, he just called in a hit on Roy. I don't think Roy's going to be with us much longer. Roy, it was great to know you.
Nice to know him.
And I respect that. Right? That's his plausible deniability. Right? I put it right there in writing. I respect
it as an opinion.
In other news, Roy Gutierrez found dead today in a water well. I just,
How's that for quality?
Yeah, got what do they call it? The Italian necktie.
Yeah. No, but I do agree with Roy in one respect. If we find out that there was some negligence, if that continues to happen, then somebody needs to go. Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree. I concur.
It was the wrong hire.
There you go. We just want to help them get on with their career. Clearly, you're not cut out for this.
Yeah.
Let's help.
Let's go try this. Maybe you need to be in solid waste rather than liquid waste.
Speaking of solid waste, Precinct 4, Kenneth Sexton doing
Yeah.
a great job as county commissioner. Kenneth posted yesterday that
Just
and
disgusting.
he
when
pointed
people
up the
do this.
real cost
Yeah.
of your neighbors, your fellow taxpayers, just going out onto a county road, and they dumped all kinds of garbage and several mattresses, and it really
I don't
dumb
know
if you
what
think
was
about
in the garbage bags, but they looked awful bloated.
Yeah.
Like there were dead animal parts in there or something rotting and causing gas.
Yeah. Junior Samples calls in Bill Posey, and Bill Posey calls in the team. Like SEAL Team 6.
But
Get
$2,500 in real cost
yeah.
to people that had to then respond to the illegal dumping, from the deputies that had to go in and log the report, go through the trash to find evidence.
They found an envelope. I mean, they found somebody to question.
County Road and Bridge crew to go then and pick it all up and take it to the county waste station.
And the county has, Precinct 4 has, I believe it's free.
$10.
Oh, well, okay. It's better than a fine, which this person, whoever dumped, is going to get. You can go and drop your stuff.
Here's what's going to happen with that. Well, you can't just because my envelope was in that trash bag doesn't mean that I dumped it.
Well,
and they'll get off.
Famous song called Alice's Restaurant. I think it's Arlo Guthrie. I think it's a protest song. I guarantee you Judge Posey knows Alice's Restaurant. You ever heard it?
No, I don't believe I have. I will after this show, though.
Yeah.
But nobody's going to, I mean, let's be honest. Nobody's going around picking up people's trash out of the goodness of their heart just to then go dump it on a county road somewhere. If they take the time to actually pick up your trash with your envelope in it, they're going to go dispose of it properly.
Roy Gutierrez is wisely thinking twice about his rebuff of the judge. He says, "Thank you, sir. You have my utmost respect too." That's the electronic kissing of the ring that maybe gets the contract pulled.
Exactly.
Yeah. Roy, good move. Good move.
But that's the kind of civil discourse that can happen on social media that you don't find.
That's right. Well, we have
so many
highly educated listener base.
Yes.
I can't bring myself to say fan base.
No.
I can't.
No.
They're listeners. They to
friends,
me they're part
fam,
of the
fam base.
Fam
because they're
base
kind of like
is
family.
good. And you say when you said that, I thought of Rena Shear. Yeah.
Can this be the one and only contract signed for the world first humanoid robot games? We got subjected to this morning.
It was on Fox.
He's so mad about this.
How long did they let it roll? Yeah, he did. I just want to see people. He was screaming in there, Cody.
Yeah.
Well, what they really should have done was race the idiots handling the robots, because the robots race, but the people have to run beside them to make sure the robots stay within the range of the remote controls.
Yeah, limited transmitter.
Yeah.
You know, there you go, Monty Howard. You can get anything you want at Alice's Restaurant. He goes, accepting Alice.
I thought it was Mel's Diner.
Oh, it's just one of those. He talks. He says,
Arlo's overrated, in my opinion.
Well, but it's really a witty little thing. He says, they moved into the church, and since they didn't have any pews in there anymore, they didn't have to take the trash out. So the trash ends, and somebody went and dumped the trash. And anyway,
I will listen to it.
It's good.
But anyway, the world's first robot humanoid games are going on. I don't know where. Apparently, they have robot soccer. The one that actually looked good, they had robots in like a boxing ring. That might be able to get into.
Rock'em Sock'em.
But the rest of this stuff, and you've seen these videos of these people with the robots on downtown Austin or San Francisco or other cities. Just dumb. Walking the streets of cities. Like, who cares, really? Like, these are the things that are going to take over our jobs. If these robots are the threat to human existence, we're in trouble. Yeah. Because watching these folks, nobody could keep it within the lane in the race. And they certainly aren't running faster than Usain Bolt.
And even if they could, right? I'm not sure I see the point, except people wanting to show off I mean, just getting a robot to have the balance to walk upright is kind of interesting. But unless you have one that's like I was going to say a living, breathing Siri in your home, hey,
Rosie the robot from
Yeah,
Jetsons.
yeah, Rosie, go get me a glass of water, and the robot doesn't spill it. That's that could be handy.
Yeah.
But
I mean, the best robot out there is,
Teenage boy.
the vacuum.
well, yeah, Rylan, the 12-year-old bot.
Absolutely.
Jared McCrugen says it's a prelude to robot Hunger Games. We are in pre-Terminator days. I'll be back. Wendy Hughes Garcia says throwing her husband under the bus. I'm pretty sure Greg Garcia is a Wade and Carter fangirl. He cheers and does backflips every morning when he hears the sweet sounds of Good Old Boy start playing. Yeah. Well,
I
and
guess
then you've got people that say, I'm tired of the song. I need a new song.
nobody got tired of the Brady Bunch theme.
That's right. It took me years, they picture the Brady Bunch. You got the nine boxes.
Yep.
Of course, there's only 8 in the bunch, so they had to put Alice
in
in
the
there.
middle. Yeah.
But they do, if you look, it looks like they're all just randomly looking around, but they're not. They start up and then they come down and then they go down, and they all do it at different times. Like you start at the top, you start in the middle, and they're all looking very methodically. After a while, it started to bother me. And I watched it. Brady Bunch.
It's a good show.
Nah,
I liked it.
it wasn't no I Dream of Jeannie.
Nope.
It wasn't as good as Bewitched.
There you go. Monty Howard likes the song. Linda Chris says Wendy Hughes Garcia. I know that feeling.
There you go. Oh, yeah.
Talking
Rob.
about Rob. Yep.
Yeah, Rob he's Nick D. By the way, we owe Rob. He did some great work for us.
We
and
paid him.
we got to pay him again, though.
Well, I thought it was just a weekly highlight of Democrat moments.
Well, yeah, so we're going to offer this to you, the highlight of the left. The left. There you go. It says, my wife, Greg Garcia says, my wife is exaggerating. I just skipped throughout the house and clicked my heels. So,
Leprechaun.
the liberal leftist signature moment of the week. And here it is live. There you go. That's 10 seconds you'll never get back. But
And 10 seconds that the liberals just have no clue.
they really don't. I'm still watching with amazement at the basically the lies. The left is saying Governor Abbott's politicizing. He's holding us hostage. We ought to be doing something for the flood victims. And I'm literally, what legislation do you want passed right now for the flood victims in the Hill Country? I posted yesterday.
Well, even if they could, they can't because the Dems are gone and we don't have a quorum to pass any legislation,
Right.
let alone redistricting.
Now we have House Bill 287 that Governor, the governor, that House District 30, AJ Louderback is promoting. Maybe he's going to be governor.
Oh boy, there's some foreshadowing.
I threw that out there. No, that's all about communication, and that does need to be passed. But there's not. They're acting like there's going to be some kind of flood relief.
Yeah.
TDEM is still doing what they do. If the governor wanted to do something, if something needed to be done, he could do it with executive order.
They act like the Democrats, like legislation could go back and reverse time
and
spin the world
everybody.
backwards like Superman and save everybody from the flooding. That's where they are.
Yeah. That's how bad their agenda is. They've got nothing to offer, so they have to allude to, we want to help the victims of the flood, but the governor won't let us.
And the real politicizing of the redistricting is what Gavin Newsom is doing.
Yeah.
Gavin Newsom. Well, if Texas does that, then we're just going to redraw the districts in California and get 10 seats back.
And Abbott
That's
said, go
the
ahead, 'cause you
politicizing.
can't do it. Good luck. There's no way for you to. I dare them to redo it. Again, have a new census, count only Americans, and don't district based on race. I found it interesting yesterday, the mayor of Oakland, the left took the opportunity to create a racial-based problem, because that's how they do it. The left will always create a problem so that they can solve the problem.
Which they never solve. They just throw money at it
They're going
to
to take
enrich their friends.
your money to do it. They do it with other people's money. But she said, it's interesting to me that the cities that the president pointed out all have lots of, she said, black and brown people. And it's interesting, really interesting, quick aside. The black community these days is really clinging tightly to the brown community. And my Hispanic friends are like, I don't know what them brothers are talking about because I just don't agree with them. They don't. And I find it interesting that
the black community doesn't agree with the black community in this part.
That's a lot of
they're
that
fracturing.
Too. But the mayor of Oakland, who is a black female, pointed out that Trump's conversations regarding cities that need to be cleaned up were all Democrat strongholds with lots of black and brown people. Okay, well, if that's where the crime is, look in the mirror. And she said, by the way, the crime rate is going down in all of these cities. Okay.
Once again, it doesn't mean it's still not high. So what are we supposed to do? It's taken 50 years for crime rates to get where they are in DC. Are we supposed to wait another 50 for them to get back to where they were?
Yeah. See, Andrew Alvarez points out, he says, there's just no more juice to squeeze out of that berry from California and New York and Illinois. He says, even Houston is about as gerrymandered for Democrats as it can get. Frank Mejia says, what about us Apache Jews? That's right.
What about you, Frank? There's not enough to
go Yankees.
Matter in
Frank, go Yankees. Yankees, my team, he says.
Always his team. Every team that wins is his team.
I bet he's a big Brewers guy right now.
Sid Stewart says crime rate is going down because we're deporting hundreds of thousands of illegals.
That's right.
That's part of it.
I'm sure. Torn Bale's checking in. They've also, Trump's got people going back to work. Yeah. If you're working, you're not robbing.
Yeah, no. The SNAP thing that we talked about yesterday, and then here's how stupid these people are. Now they went to TikTok and Snapchat and Instagram and Facebook to brag about all the crap they could buy with their supplemental nutrition assistance program cards.
Right.
And had they been smart enough to stay off of that stuff,
it would have stayed off the radar.
Donald Trump's radar would not have been engaged.
I agree.
It would not have come to light. So now they're all getting onto Snap and Insta and TikTok and all these things to now complain about what they can no longer buy. You mean I have to buy lettuce and meat?
Yeah.
And pasta and vegetables with my supplemental nutrition assistance program card?
Yeah, there was a guy yesterday said, it's awfully paternalistic of you people to decide what someone else needs to buy with their money. No, you're buying it with my money.
Yeah.
I don't mind helping you provide essentials for your school-age children.
Temporarily.
Example. Right. But if kids were to go to our public school and they offer free breakfast, and the school said you can either have eggs and a sausage patty and a half a pint of milk, or you can have 2 Snickers and a Coke. I'm against the 2 Snickers and a Coke. They don't need that to go to school on. So there are people right here in River City who would say, well, who are you to tell those kids what they need to eat? I don't know. I'm the taxpayer. I'm the one paying the bill. I want them to eat something healthy. I want them to have a good start to the day. And I don't believe that your supplemental nutrition assistance program money should be spent on chips and sodas. It's supplemental. It's not sustenance.
Hot
it's
Cheetos
not all
and
you
Takis.
got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, here's the other problem. All that stuff. This is where the government wants you, folks. They want us dumbed down. I'm ignoring all that, by the way.
Adam Shear says, can we take a moment for Ash to do a hair flip? If you take those headphones off, does it all just fall forward?
No.
Oh, there's product.
I got it trained pretty well right now.
Do you? The sheer weight of it.
No, it's light.
All down.
Little sea salt spray does wonders.
A little spritzer.
Smells good too. Vanilla bourbon.
Vanilla bourbon.
Ooh.
That's what it said on the bottle.
Is that eating vanilla and drinking bourbon?
That's
Right.
exactly what it is. I mix my Mexican vanilla right in with my bourbon. It's really good. No, but here's what they want. They want a bunch of fat, obese, sick people so that they can then get onto Medicaid and the government can control them from birth to death.
That's right.
And expedite the process so that these people never pay into the system and stop draining the system because
But they always vote
limitedly.
Democrat. They always vote Democrat.
Yep.
John Paul Hull says 2 Snickers and a Coke sounds pretty good right now. But see, you can do that. You can go out and get you.
But you're going to buy 2 Snickers and a Coke,
That's
John
right.
Paul. I'm not having to buy it for you.
Right. That's right.
I mean, I would if you were in line in front of me.
Right. If just find Clayton Most. You're looking good. What do you want for lunch? I don't know. Let's call Clayton. Where's he eating?
And I think if you deep fried those 2 Snickers in a Coke batter,
Oh, yeah.
look at the efficiency.
If you ever go to the state fair during the period when they have like the Texas OU football game, you can get, deep fried ice cream. You can get all kinds of stuff.
That would be multitasking at its best. But interestingly enough, Brown researchers at the Brown University, not Brown researchers.
Very
researchers at
forced
Brown
segue,
University.
Cody. A very
Kind of.
forced segue.
I was trying to move on. They found that multitasking is actually bad for your brain and leads to cognitive decline.
So you should be myopic. Just focus on one thing, and that's it. Okay.
For about 30 minutes at a time, and then
Okay.
move on to the next. Don't try to do 3 things, 4 things in that 30 minutes because none of them get accomplished, and it actually leads to cognitive decline and some of the brain disorders that you have later on in life, like dementia and Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough. So there you go. Stop multitasking.
You just made me think about the fact that sometimes, on occasion, Cody, in the throes of romance, I'll just leave that out there. In the throes of romance, Dawn has been known to tell me, don't forget to get milk when you're at HEB. I'm like, is this when you should be going over your grocery list? I don't know.
She's bored.
Right. Honey, what are you thinking? 9 times 8, 72. 9 times 9 is 81. Well, you ask Ash, what's 9 times 9? No, somewhere around 80.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Close enough.
He's not wrong.
Nope.
There you go. Torrin Bell says JP would buy a whole box of Snickers, eat one, and just throw the rest away. If you give them away, that's not snobby. You have to just throw them away.
And he'd sniff the Coke when he cracked it and then
Right.
pour it out in front of a homeless person.
Frank Mejia says, I'm focusing on, oh, dang, I forgot.
Yeah. There you go.
That's
Don't
the
do
great
it,
thing
folks.
about this show. You don't have to focus. We focus for you. Folks, white trash services. Tomorrow, something big's happening. I don't know what it is.
I don't either. No, they won't tell us.
They were
Until
gonna
tomorrow.
something tomorrow.
Check their Facebook page out tomorrow.
White Trash Services, 550-1826. Let White Trash help you have a trash-tastic day.
And they will. Trash collection in the county, all the contiguous counties, weekly trash service, dumpsters, roll-offs, site services come in, help clean things up.
Parvita Wellness and Wellness Cafe offering you healthy fare. If just a couple of days a week you were to eat at Parvita, you'd see a difference in your physicality.
Portion control has been huge. What the meals from Paravita have taught me.
Great food. Yeah, you just and because it's not full of a bunch of filler or preservatives, you seem to get full quicker.
Yeah, and stay full longer.
Chestnut Furniture. Chestnut and Love make your house a home. Get by and see why you just always do better at Chestnut. Bobby Leon and his family have all kinds of
accoutrement
for your home. You will love it. I mean it. Get in there. Brand us, Commander Cody, back in studio today. He's always with us. He's kind of like the Holy Spirit.
He's our spirit in the sky.
Yes. He's always around. But if you need help with a website or a page, if you want to monetize Facebook, if you want to start a newsletter.
I don't think Cody could work hard enough to monetize Facebook for people anymore. When Facebook first started monetizing, you could make money.
Right.
Now you got to work your butt off to get 39 cents.
And they always take that from us because we violate copyrights. Atzenhofer and Atzenhofer.com. Tommy Taylor putting out a plethora of new commercials on other formats, still relying on us to tell you if the flags are flying, people are buying.
That's right. You can buy it today.
Well, if you don't, they'll be there tomorrow. For 100 years next year, Atzenhofer. Isn't that something? Since 1926.
So cars like candy bars.
Went Services and Went Electrical. For all your electrical and turnkey generator needs, reach out to Went. Went can help you. Their go-to is they're a preferred Generac dealer, American-made product. Reach out to them and let them help you when the lights go off. Somebody asked Cody how the new baby is.
Yeah.
We could tell you, but it's a HIPAA violation.
Monty Howard says multitasking, and then he should be losing his way to the toilet every day.
Right?
Linda says men tend to discount the importance of a grocery list.
Absolutely. Cody, give us the...
It's not that we discount the importance of it. The timing of delivering said list is the problem here.
I love you. Don't forget the bacon.
Junior says this. Linda tells him the ceiling needs paint.
Right. Nice. Nice. That's nice. She's just... Sometimes you participate, sometimes you just endure. Take it. Cody, give us the 10-second baby update.
She's growing. We had to take her into her next clothing sizing, and that was hard on Mama, but we have survived. We will rebuild.
Right. That's awesome. That's awesome. Junior
thanks
Samples,
for
yes.
asking.
Absolutely.
Anytime.
Frank Mejia says he still has MySpace.
There you go. Oh,
I guess Frank talking about his own lovemaking.
Yeah.
He just goes to MySpace for some quiet time.
Fastest growing cities in the USA, small cities.
Hey?
Foley, Alabama. Anybody been there?
No, never heard of it.
Me either. 12% population growth in the last year. Founded in 1902 by Chicago businessman John Foley. Is this the Foley stores?
Probably.
Maybe. Home to a
28,000 people.
Yeah.
That town up in, I guess, north of Dallas, the one that spent $2.5 billion on a school project. Remember they had like, Cody, they had something like 1,500 students and they built schools to accommodate 12,000 because they said they're coming.
They stopped coming?
No, I don't know. But man, who do you tax for that interest payment?
I don't know. Haines City, Florida.
Never heard of it.
Anna, Texas.
Where's Anna? Let's read that. When it was founded in 1883, Anna, Texas had just 20 residents, 2 stores, a grist mill, and a church. Named for Anna Quinlan, daughter of the local radio boss,
Railroad.
the town grew around the tracks and has since become the 4th fastest growing city in Texas. 14.6 population bump from 23 to 24. It can be credited to Anna's reputable school system, availability of affordable housing, and large tracts of open land for building. The DFW metro area is a little over an hour away by car.
I'm guessing the West.
Residents can also enjoy big city amenities such as airports, restaurants, museums, and shopping. There you go.
Nice. Salina, Texas. Salina?
Yeah.
Celina? That's
Yeah.
Salina? Okay.
In
All right.
Texas.
I appreciate that. 18.2% year over year.
It's over there close
population
to
growth.
Meher.
All right. Leesburg, Florida, and Fulshear. Been there.
Yeah, now Fulshear's really booming.
Yeah.
It's just Houston growing towards Victoria. 54,000 residents, a 26.9% increase in 1 year. Princeton, Texas. Where is that?
45 miles northeast of Dallas. Thanks for asking.
Wow. Princeton's a former lumber town that has seen its population double since 2020 to 37,000 residents.
Wow.
You want to talk about infrastructure problems.
Yeah,
in
don't
5 years, their city has doubled in size. 17,000 people, 18.5, 5 years ago. They probably had, a couple of street lights, bunch of 2-lane roads. That's crazy.
No surprise at all. Of those 7 on the list,
They're all from Texas.
all 3 are from Texas, I think, or 4 were Texas, 2 were Florida, 1 Alabama near the Gulf Coast.
People from California moving in and swimming pools, movie stars.
Yep. What did the Astros do last night?
Astros won 4-1. Hunter Brown did good, scattered 6 hits, I think.
He did pitch well.
He pitched well.
Yeah.
And the Astros bats were alive. Jeremy Pena hit a home run. It was interesting last night. TK and Blummer were at a table in the Crawford box. They weren't in the booth. They were out amongst the pipples.
I noticed that.
Oh.
Hall of Fame weekend this weekend for the Astros.
Billy Wagner.
Retro jersey for Billy being given away, I think Saturday's the bobblehead, I think, and then the jersey's Sunday.
It was my least favorite. I wasn't
The
so
red
much
brick.
the rainbow jersey guy, but the pinstripe that was kind of gray and dark, the deep red script Astros, I just didn't like that shirt. I love the uniforms they have now.
I think the blue and orange is iconic and should never have gone away from it. Although I like the red brick better than the blue and the gold.
Okay.
Anyway,
when
they went navy and gold, I just didn't like that look. Astros a game up on the Mariners because the Mariners did drop one yesterday.
Simply pulling away. They've now won a lot. By the way, a guy that's really having a great year is one Jeremy Pena. He's having a fantastic season.
He really is. Mariners and Orioles finish up their series this afternoon in Baltimore. So that'll be interesting to see if the Astros can be a game and a half up when the Orioles come to town starting tomorrow. Astros off tonight. I do worry. Abreu got the save. He looked a little shaky, but he's only that's his 10th career save. So it's not like he's been in that situation often.
You go out there and pitch, right? Batters get in the box and you pitch.
It's a mindset, though.
Josh Hader. Josh? Is that his name? What's Hader? Josh. He's on the IL. I think the Astros are erring in a huge, overkill. They're trying to make certain that he's healthy because they're expecting a long playoff run, and he's on the sidelines for now. Frank Mejia says pinstripes are the best. Of course, he's a Yankees fan. I have to admit, it's almost like even as a Southern Baptist kid, if Notre Dame calls, you've got to go to Notre Dame. Even though you're not going to win that much, you got to go. If the New York Yankees call, you've got to go. What an opportunity to put on a Yankees uniform. I'm such a purist about it that I don't like, and I think that Nike misses an opportunity. I don't like the Nike swoosh, which is on the right collarbone almost, and the iconic NY of the New York Yankees is on your left breast. I think the uniform should not be adorned with anything but pinstripes and the Yankee logo.
Well, remember when Majestic had the uniforms for Major League Baseball, and I think theirs was on the end of a sleeve.
Right.
Maybe the back collar. I don't remember correctly. It was not as visible.
Yeah.
And it wasn't as in your face. But Nike, I
Right
believe
up
that was
front.
part of the negotiations, though, when they went to Nike. MLB at the time did not want the swoosh on the front, but Nike was paying way too much money to not have it prominent.
I wish Nike would advertise that way. Now, and the truth is, it might fly in the face of some of their other people. Like, I mean, let's just say who else do they sponsor? They sponsor Texas. Oh, so our uniform's not iconic at UT? You put your swoosh on it. I just think that the New York Yankees uniform is so classic that advertising on it, you almost want to be the anti-advertiser.
Do they have an advertiser on their arm like everybody else? Like
I think it said like
have
Strata
Oxy?
or something. I think it's like a little very discreet, but a black and white patch. It would be awesome if Nike said, it looks so good, we didn't even put the swoosh on it, you know?
Jonathan Williams with an update I did not know. Hader's getting a second opinion on his shoulder day. Yeah, when you start going for a second opinion, that tells me that Hader's hoping it's not as bad as he fears it might be.
Right. I'm hoping that he's saying, I want to play. It's just sore. And they're saying, no, let's wait. But when you weigh 150 pounds and you throw it 102.
Trade deadline's over, too. They can't go get a closer.
No. They can always use Chaz Michael. Yeah.
Yeah. Frank says, yeah, the Yankees do have a sponsor on there.
Yeah.
So
he pointed out that Doug Drabick played for the Yankees free. I think Doug was originally drafted by the Yankees. Is that right?
White Sox, I remember.
Is that right? Okay.
They have pinstripes.
How did he when did he go to the Yankees?
I don't know. Towards the end, I think.
Before he came to Houston?
No, after.
Okay.
I'm thinking, I don't know. My memory's not quite there.
If you go look up, I think it was 96, whenever the strike shortened year was, Drabick was having himself a season when they
So were the
when they
Montreal
struck.
Expos. Don't remind me of that.
Yeah.
More than 100,000 Americans apply to join ICE.
Wow. Ice, baby. See, Cody's there for me. Our country is calling you to serve at ICE. In the wake of the Biden administration's failed immigration policies, your country needs dedicated men and women of ICE to get the worst of the worst criminals out of our country and lock up ne'er-do-well Americans. She didn't say that. Kristi Noem said in a statement, Trump's administration being compared to the black shirts or brown shirts or whatever. It's so crazy.
ICE started this recruitment drive July 29th. So we're 3 weeks in, 17 days in, somewhere in there. They've had 100,000 applications.
Well, the agency's offering recruits incentives, signing bonuses up to $50,000, overtime pay, student loan repayment and forgiveness, and enhanced retirement benefits. So you're a school teacher, you get your salary by just going there. Think about that.
Applicants were previously required to be between 21 and 37 or 40 years old, depending on the position. I guess I'm out.
Yeah.
Can't go work for ICE.
No, I'm too old.
Darn it. I'd love to work for ICE.
I won't ever be a fireman. I won't ever be an astronaut. I'll never play pro sports unless I get in those robot Olympics. What if I petitioned and said that I demand to be included in the robot Olympics? Why shouldn't I be able to run against the robots?
I don't know why you shouldn't be able to. You would probably beat the robots.
I think I would have beaten the robots we saw today.
Absolutely. I've seen you run for that last Tito's, and
why
you would beat them.
Stumble, bumbling, rumbling, stumbling along. I think I could outrun those robots, and I think I should be allowed to compete with the robots.
President Trump meeting yesterday with European leaders in a virtual summit.
Including Zelensky?
Was he involved in that one? I
don't know.
I think, I don't know. That's a good question. I know Zelensky was meeting with Starmer in England today at 10 Downing Street. I don't know if Zelensky was in that one. I really
French
don't,
President Emmanuel Macron said Trump was very clear that Washington wants to obtain a ceasefire and that Ukraine's territorial issues cannot be negotiated without Zelensky.
So there you go. So Trump wants Zelensky involved. European leaders, though, said that in yesterday's meeting, they told Trump they don't want him to make a deal without them being involved.
They need to just shut up and let him make a deal.
Because Europe's involvement has gotten us so close to a ceasefire and a peace agreement and an end to this war over the last how many years, right?
Right.
They don't want Trump to get the glory.
No, and I don't think that Trump is seeking glory here.
Oh, I think he was miffed he didn't get the Nobel Peace Prize for his Abraham Accords, which, let's be honest, if any other sitting president of the United States had ever accomplished anything close to that, Nobel Peace Prize,
for
no
sure.
problem.
Yeah, I agree.
But it was Donald Trump, and the left hates him, and the Nobel folks are leftists, and they hate him as well.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's
Monty
the only
Howard
reason.
says Europe wants a war.
I think they do. They've gone so long without one. They don't know what to do on that continent without a war.
Yep.
And the last two wars required so much money from the U.S. to rebuild. They're jealous all that money's going to Ukraine from the U.S. to fight their war.
Agree. Hang on.
But if Trump meets with Putin tomorrow in Alaska, which is interesting of its own, right? Because we bought Alaska for about 2 cents an acre.
Pretty good deal.
Pretty good deal. If Alaska only knew that we would discover oil and resources there worth trillions, they might not do it.
Frank, there's a autographed Doug Drabick ball.
Cool.
Sit here in the trivia segment of the studio. Doug Drabick autographed. It's interesting. He signed this ball in 1976 after he no-hit my Coca-Cola ball club. No, this is Doug's an old and dear friend, and that's our Doug Drabick ball. Yeah.
Anyway, I think it's interesting. You're telling me the European leaders are telling me that if Trump and Putin could come to some sort of framework to an agreement for a ceasefire tomorrow, that then he could then turn around and present to Zelensky.
And he said it would happen almost immediately. If him and Putin, I think Trump's going to go in and say, "What if we do this? What if I can get Zelensky to agree to this?" And Putin's going to go, "Yeah, but you can't have this, and I want part of Crimea or whatever it is. Yeah, I want that."
Trump said his meeting goes well with Putin tomorrow. A follow-up meeting between Putin and Zelensky could happen almost immediately. He also said Russia will face severe consequences if Putin doesn't agree to end the war.
And I think that'll involve finding ways for either the U.S. to provide fuel to places like India that buy from Russia. I think he'll put the economic screws to Russia. Don't forget tonight, folks, the National Wild Turkey Federation. You can come buy single tickets. It's $80 for a couple.
$60 a person.
Yeah, but $80 for a couple. And you get it includes your meal. Dinner starts at 7:30.
Doors open at 5.
There's going to be silent auctions, live auctions. I saw some really, really beautiful
over 50 guns,
wildlife artwork pieces. Yeah, there'll be over 50 guns. Yeah, you can make a good deal on a gun at this party.
Tickets tonight, events.nwtf.org.
NWTF, National Wild Turkey Federation.
Or you can call Lee 713-823-2958. I
We're
bet
gonna
you
be there.
we'll be there. We're going to have fun tonight. I'm looking forward to it. Going to be a blast.
Why does everybody always put our table close to the bar?
I don't know why they do that.
They do. Get in. Look at that. All drinks are provided free of charge.
Yeah, we'll see you tonight at the Community Center Dome.
That's right.
5 o'clock, the doors open. Dinner at 7:30. We're going to have a blast down there tonight, and we're looking forward to it. So we look forward to seeing those of you that listen, and we'll be there tomorrow.
Yep.
Or tonight. And,
John, take care of the
yep.
Carolinas for us over there, buddy.
Please do so. John, great.
Yep.
Glad to see you tune in. We appreciate you.
Bye, folks. Have a great day.